I'm going to try to complete 3 or 4 previews for the Ravens-Bills Week 4 matchup. I really feel like this could be the game of the week in the NFL, but with the quality of play that you're getting across the league in many places, particularly younger teams, younger defenses, I feel like the game of the week, the best games of the week, there's 2 or 3 of them, in each week. Ravens-Bills is certainly one of them. Early, AFC, showdown. There's another one in Cincinnati on Thursday between the Bengals and the Dolphins. The AFC is loaded. Really, there could be 3 games of the weeks just in the AFC alone each week. So you don't need me or anyone to really run down the talent that's on the Bills roster. I'm going to try to cover a couple of elements in the previews, to be honest with you, starting with this one. And I'll go a little more in depth with another one later on. The Bills are somewhat similar to the Ravens in a couple of ways. First of all, they have a really dynamic quarterback, right? A guy who can run and pass. Second of all, they have certain third down plays that they utilize with great efficiency. And I'll try to talk about one of them here, even though that play doesn't happen in this cut-up. These are plays from 2021 division round game against the Chiefs. Unbelievable stuff that Josh Allen can do on the move with mobility. The wild card game the week before against the Patriots, when they really exercised the demons of that low-scoring, crazy game they had in Buffalo earlier in the year that the Patriots were able to win. Josh Allen can do these things to you if your D-line pass rush isn't disciplined, if you're not in the correct lanes, and you end up with so many guys flowing to one side. He's got the awareness to understand, all right, if there's this many guys over here, I don't know that he actually counts in his head. I think he just has a feel for it. Okay, there's 7 in coverage. I see 3 guys over here. That means there's only 1 over to the other side, but he's actually not there. He's not containing. He dropped out being Matthew Judon. So Josh Allen, tremendous, threat with the feet. It's one of the things they do on third down. This is actually a 3rd and 3, is they go with what I call a gun. So the tight end is here on the right, and the back is on the right. We would call that a gun in the system that I'm familiar with. If the tight end was still over here, if Knox was still over to the right, and the running back's feet were here on the left of Josh Allen, we would call this B gun. So they like a gun on 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3, sometimes 3rd and 1, and they have at least 2 plays that they do out of it. I will show one from the Ravens 2020 division round playoff loss in Buffalo, where they really took advantage of the Ravens on a 4th and 1. And then I'll show this one, which is another staple concept of theirs on 3rd and short, 3rd and medium, which is just really QB buck sweep. So what I mean when I say buck sweep is the back is on the side of the tight end. He's not necessarily leading. He's actually crossing Josh Allen's face. Allen's making it look like a mesh. They're pulling 2 of the guards to get out in front. Josh Allen keeps the ball. And you got pin down blocks, or down blocks basically, on the front side. Pretty easy. You're playing 11 on 11 football. It's almost like taking advantage of the natural responsibilities that the defense has. So you're going to get the running back crossing Josh Allen's face, pin down block here, down block, pull, and wrap, and Josh Allen just follows that guy through the hole. QB buck sweep. Almost unstoppable in terms of converting, 3rd and short, 4th and short. When you look at the combination of plays they do out of A-gun. Another A-gun play, back and tight end on the same side. Josh Allen almost gets too much respect sometimes, but you kind of have to give him that in terms of his scrambling ability. And then he's able to just very calmly find Knox in the back corner of the end zone. It's almost weirdly calm the way he does this in a playoff game in front of thousands of people. It almost looks like he flicks it like he's just throwing it to somebody in the backyard. Really unique play. Josh Allen's just a unique player. All right, first possession of the game against the Dolphins. Look, 2 of the first 3 possessions, the Bills shredded the Dolphins defense. 2 touchdowns in the first 3 possessions, I believe. First play, first time they saw this sticks blitz 0 look, look at their answer. Brilliant stuff. Motioning Knox through. And you may think, well, that's just to help protect. It's actually a little bit more in depth than that. They're declaring the coverage from their left to right. So they're declaring this edge rusher as the responsibility of the tight end in motion. And then they're starting their count from there. And now they can match up. Whereas the Ravens would start their count from the inside out, and we were not able to match up. You can see the protection that Josh Allen's got. Yeah, he's fading back a little bit, but the Dolphins have opened themselves up to this little in-breaking post deep down the field. They're just too aggressive. Richard Sherman pointed it out on Twitter, and he said it perfectly. He said, you're making it to where one mistake opens yourself up for a big play. I think the Bills are very hungry in their play calling. They do not appear to be conservative. This is the very next play after the one I showed you, and they're under center. Haven't established the run game yet, to my knowledge. This is the first possession, like I said, and they go play action. And they get no bite out of it, obviously. It appears to be a zone blitz concept by the Dolphins, 3 deep, 3 under. Running backs got speed out here. They're just chewing through yardage. It almost looks like the first possession of the final preseason game where Allen, Diggs, Knox, and a couple other guys played, and they just chewed right down the field. 6 plays, touchdown. That's kind of what this first drive looked like to me. This is a staple 49ers play. Talked about this before the Ravens-Dolphins matchup. They're going to motion one of the tight ends, and the 2 tight ends are going to essentially combo the edge player out here, trying to get him expanded this way towards the sideline and give this running back the option to cut it back underneath. Well, the Dolphins ain't having it. They never give it the opportunity to develop that way. Playing downhill at the linebacker level, Ingram and a backside D-end are shutting it down. One of the few negative plays that I saw early in this game between the Bills and the Dolphins. Another A-gun play, you got twin wings, so 2 tight ends up here, and then twin receivers down here, which I think is Davis and Diggs being the twins. So twin wing A. Got 5 receivers out in the route. It's one of the tight ends on a little slant. So you got what looks like mesh kind of here, although Knox and Diggs are both kind of looking for the ball here. They're not really pushing through, I guess because they're reading zones, so they're sitting. And then he hits 41, who's like this hybrid fullback tight end, I believe, over the middle, who appears quite versatile, to be honest with you. Plays in the backfield some, plays tight end, plays offline tight end. I think he scored a touchdown in week 2. Another version of twin wing B. So you got the twins, or excuse me, you got the 2 tight ends down here. You got the twin 1, 2 receivers up here. Diggs is off the field. Now the back is on the opposite side of the tight end. What's it mean? Well, the back is typically set to the field here. Short completion, down into the boundary to the same tight end that I just mentioned, same tight end fullback that I just mentioned. Versatile weapon, if you ask me. Nice addition to their roster. Nice addition to their offense being on the field. Provides them some inline blocking, provides them some lead blocking. Twin slot personnel, or twin slot formation. 1, 2 is your twin. And then Davis is the number 1. The number 2 is a tight end. So this is obviously 11 personnel. So twin slot B with the back to the field. Seems like they set the back to the field a lot. Little screen out here to Diggs. Haven't gotten him involved since the first play. And Miami shuts it down. The Bills ran this successfully for a touchdown against the Ravens in the 2020 division round playoff game. Same exact blocking scheme. The number 2 receiver ran out and blocked the number 1. Diggs was actually the receiver there too. Caught it. It was a 3-on-2 in the Bills' favor. Easy touchdown. You would expect, if as a Ravens fan, that you might see this again. Why? Dolphins scored on the same concept against the Ravens in Baltimore in week 1. First touchdown of the game by Jalen Waddle was a screen against Marlon Humphrey with a left tackle and a left guard. We're able to get out there and set the protection in terms of attacking our defensive guys. This is going to be the same toss play where they're motioning a back across. Looks like you've got 21 personnel with 2 tailbacks in, I believe. And they're motioning one of them, and they were going to double team or combo this edge defender on a toss play to the boundary. They ran this play against the Rams twice to great effect. Josh Allen just fumbled the snap. Second down and goal. Under center, Trey Wright. Little duo look downhill. I think Singletary gets a good gain out of it. I'm not sure that their offensive line gets an incredible push, but they're pretty daggone good if you ask me. They don't look like maulers, for real, but they're pretty good in terms of, pass pro because they do it a lot. And they're pretty good in the run game. They just don't look like the biggest group of guys in terms of NFL offensive linemen. That was a 2nd and goal. 3rd and goal, motioning across, motioning to trips. Trips right B. Allen's trying to get in, and I mean, this guy's really resurrected his career down there in Miami. Melvin Ingram making a solo tackle on Josh Allen. I mean, at this point, it's kind of assumed when you get Josh Allen at an open space with any defender that he's going to make them miss. In this case, he's unable to do so. Ingram makes a great play, saving a touchdown on 3rd and goal. First possession of the game, 4th down. Bills, like I said, not conservative. They go for it. They do not appear to be a conservative play calling group, conservative coaching staff. Neither are the Dolphins on defense, for that matter. You can see they're bringing heavy pressure. They're going to bring a safety off the left edge, number 29, and that running back is left wide open as a result. Allen has tremendous awareness. Some quarterbacks would not see this. They would recognize that there's a blitz coming, but they might stay on their progression down here to the bottom side. Allen seems to have this almost like innate awareness, whereby, okay, I'm looking over here for a moment, and then now I sense or see a blitzer over here. Let me go ahead and flip it out, touchdown. He trusts his guys. I mean, clearly he's got Stephon Diggs. Great player, great talent. Davis, huge target, a lot of speed, big catch radius. Knox, smart player, savvy, very, very clutch, if you ask me. But I think he trusts everybody. I think anybody that gets on the field for them, Josh Allen trusts, and he's willing to throw the ball to whoever is open, goes through his reads quick. Are you going to be able to confuse a guy like this? Not likely. You're going to have to out-execute him. You're going to have to try to win the pass rush game with their offensive line. I believe that their offensive line looks better at pass pro than they do in the run, but that's kind of a simplistic evaluation, to be honest with you. They're effective at both of them. I just feel like they're very, very good at pass pro versus a couple of the first couple of years in Josh Allen's career, he was like running for his life. I feel like they've dramatically improved the roster since that 2020 playoff loss that the Ravens suffered up in Buffalo. Defensively, of course, they're missing some pieces. We'll do some previews on that. This was just a first look at their offense, how much Josh Allen spreads the ball around, how impatient is the wrong word, how aggressive they are with their play calling. Again, first play, empty against Sticks Blitz 0. Miami's trying to set the tone, and they go pass pro with the tight end off the left edge, and they attack middle of the field. They attacked downfield. They were not being conservative against that blitz like the Ravens did. Ravens fans, we know that our offense tried to screen them in 2021, and we still tried to screen that look this year. Not the Bills. They went downfield. I don't think they're going to dink and dunk you. I think the Bills are going to attack. And with the Ravens pass coverage defense in the first 3 games, specifically week 2, and even a little bit in week 1 and week 3, it certainly looks ominous for the Ravens defense. I'll have another look at the Bills offense. 2 of their staple third down concepts I'll do in-depth film studies of out of the A-gun, what I call A-gun, where the back and the tight end are on the same side. If you have anything you'd like me to look at specifically, let me know. The database that we're upkeeping has a significant amount of Bills offensive plays. Most of this is just being done live to record it and push this out here for you guys on a Thursday. Get the first preview out, get some feedback from you all, and then let me know, how you'd like the previews to proceed in terms of what film I'm showing. Appreciate you guys checking the video out.